Oh, just take a look at Kinoti, man. Absolutely talented, absolutely remarkable. I am lost for words, man.
Thank you.
Singer, songwriter, overly talented. Karibu sana to Teen
Thank you
Republic.
for having me.
We're so glad to have you. How long have you been doing this, man?
Let's say since I was in primary school,
Whoa.
but now took it seriously, or rather professionally, last year.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about you in primary school and
Yeah.
how music was for you. I know we had every single person in that particular class who used to sing to every single song. Like song imetokea, na yeye ndio ataimba, tuko preps, or maybe people have gone to play PE, lakini wewe uko kwa class ukiimba. Were you those kind
Yeah,
of kids?
I was definitely that kind of a kid. Mambo's a choir and
Yeah.
everything. It was just me. So how it started out. My mom is a trainer of music festivals,
Nice.
and at this school, Moifosis, that's where I went to primary school for at least half of my primary school. So during this season when music festivals are happening, my mom used to go and train people. So I used to tag along and just see what she's doing with guys and just be like, okay, what's happening? Then during that period, there was another trainer who was training the choir. My mom was training the verses and whatnot. So this trainer of the choir was like, I think you can sing. Just come on board to the choir and whatnot. And that's basically how it started. And yeah, the choir basically in primary school did it for me. And I just kept on doing it. Then I got to another school around class 6 where they were serious about studies. I decided to go to boarding school. And there wasn't anything to do with music. Music first, music club was there, but ish. So yeah, I escaped from music for like 2 years, class 6, 7, and 8, 3 years.
Because you had to focus
I had
on
to
the
focus on
books
studies,
completely.
yeah.
And talking about going to boarding school while still in primary school, there's been a whole lot of conversation about January coming up, and of course the whole debate about should we scrap off boarding schools completely or just have day schools. I don't know what you think about that, because you went to boarding school at such a young age, class 6. I mean, most of us still wanted to stay home and be taken care of and not wash our own clothes. So what would you say was the experience for you in boarding school during that early period? And would you recommend it?
I would, definitely, 100%. Boarding school for me was probably the funnest thing I chose to do, because I chose to go there. It's not like my parents asked me to. I just woke up one day and saw it. Once the results were out, like for the previous year, I saw a school on the newspaper the following morning. I was like, I want to go to that school.
You were interested in going to Tutaki?
I mean, I was a weird kid, I think.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, for me, primary school, especially in boarding, was probably one of the best periods of my life. And considering most of the friendships I have now, I built from there.
For real?
Yeah,
You still talk to the people you were in?
My best friend is my
my goodness.
classmate from class 6.
I think you don't conform to. You came alone and you shall leave alone. But I mean, it's one day to Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas and everyone is super excited. Merry Christmas in advance. And of course, what are you most excited about, or what's one of your fondest memories of Christmas growing up?
Well, I'd say it's pretty much similar to everyone else. That's a period where you have to go to shags.
Yeah.
And now every cousin, every aunt, just everyone in the family comes home, and now the good thing about it is just the food. You guys eat like there's no tomorrow, and you eat knowing very well that 26th you will be like kuchinja mbuzi, kufanya nini, just all those things, and just having the interaction with family.
Yeah.
I think 25th for me really brings about the bond within family, because you get to interact with people that maybe you haven't seen in a while because of one thing or another. But this specific day is just about people coming together, celebrating Christmas as a family. And that for me is pretty much the fun thing about it.
And last but not least, I know every single person has that ultimate Christmas meal. Like for most people, it's chapo, because chapo is something you only used to get once in a year, or when wageni, very special, used to come and visit you. What was the ultimate Christmas meal for you?
There's this combo, and I don't know why it slaps so hard. Chapo, rice and beef stew. I have no idea why it slaps the way it does.
Goodness.
But it should be investigated.
Oh my goodness.
Just those three together.
To preserve, to peleka kwa museum.
Tafadhali.
But I mean, thank you so much, Kinoti. Kindly let us know where we should support you on the socials, on digital platforms, streaming platforms, to support wapi. I believe that is your camera, if I'm not wrong.
You can find me on all social media platforms as _Kinoti__. That's _KINOTI__. On Spotify, Apple Music, these are just basically Kinoti, all streaming platforms, as well as YouTube. Yeah, that's basically me.